Okay, this is to talk about the Droid Pro multimedia station. I kind of get a misnomer from this because I don't really think it's a multimedia station, but that's what they want to call it, so that's fine. I've seen the one for the Droid X, which I do consider a multimedia stand because there's a port out for the video, and so it is truly a multimedia stand. But in any event, this is certainly good if you want to, at night. As I probably said, it sounds perverse, but I usually take my phone to bed with me. I play a couple of games, and then I put it on the nightside table. But more often than not, I fall asleep with the thing in my hand. And then, of course, I can't find it in the morning. In any event, so this is a nice little bedside stand or for the office or the desk. So I'm going to call it, we call the thing the unboxing, but obviously I've already opened it. But I put it back in the box just for you, okay? But I've obviously opened it, and I've already been through it. So let's just take a look and see what we got real quick here. Garbage back here. Okay. All right. So what do we got? Well, first thing we have is you have there's not a whole bunch that comes with it. You have the stand itself, which if you look at the picture of it, if you look at the picture of it, it looks bigger in the picture on the screen, obviously, than it actually is. And I actually was confused. I thought it was like the Droid X one, but this is specifically for the Droid Pro. All right, it comes with two little trays, and the little trays are interchangeable. And the reason that you want to have the two interchangeable trays is because if you have the extended battery like I do, it won't fit in the standard one. So there's a standard one, and then there's one if you've already bought the extended battery, which I highly recommend. With that, my life has been a lot simpler. When I was using just the standard, pieces, the standard battery, I'm not getting a whole bunch of life. I actually took this is actually not the one that came with it. Now that I think of it. But in any event, it comes with a power pack, and with the cord, you plug the power pack in, and there's only one hole, which obviously makes sense. And you can plug that in. But the other thing you can obviously do is if you do use it with your computer a lot, you can take your USB cable and plug that in as well, because that's obviously going to give you power as well. All right. So I'm going to actually use regular power because I think if I plug it in the computer, it's going to ask like 52 million questions, and I don't feel like answering those right now. So I plug my power in. I'm all set. I'm ready to go. And then all I do is I do pop it in. Now there's a battery in there's a magnet in the back, which acts as the sensor so that it knows it's docked. Okay. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so it knows it's docked. So when I put it in, it's got a little docking here. Now, there's two parts to the screen. The top part will always show the time. It then has an alarm clock to get out of this mode. See, that takes me back to my regular screen. To get back in, I can just plug it back in. An alarm clock, and then it has a dimness, two dimness settings. That looks like it's really, really dim. Actually, you can still see it here. It looks like it's really dim, but it's perfect if you're sleeping, as opposed to this one, which is really, really bright if it was on your desk. The bottom half, you can customize however you want, and you have 3 screens on the bottom half, and you can put whatever you want on those. I happen to put a double twist playlist, and I also put one of my media pieces, so I can actually just play my music.
Talk a little bit about baseball.
Okay, and the curious thing is if you want to change or move something off of these screens, works just like we normally would have, but you don't drag it down the bottom. When you do a long press, a little trash barrel opens up on the side. You can put it there. When you push and hold, you have 2 choices of widgets. You have a dock widget, and these are some widgets that they think you should probably have if you're docked. Wi-Fi toggle, weather, sports, music, so on and so forth. And then, of course, you have just whatever else you want to do. Application shortcuts. And, of course, then you can put music playlists and slideshows. And I actually put my Google Voice and my voice search and a couple other pieces on there. And, like I said, mostly put playlists on there so that... Let's see, what am I doing? Mostly put playlists on there so that when I put it in, I can just hit one button and have it start up. Okay? And I have found that my batteries... staying much more charged because I do I have one in my office, I have one in my bed and bedside table, and I do tend to put them in when I'm just sitting out back or whatever I'm doing. Bottom line is, if you do this, you'll always have a nice, well-charged battery, as opposed to you may be sitting in your office and it's just kind of sitting on your desk and you're listening to music, and of course you go outside and you take 2 pictures and all of a sudden you have no battery. So that's the unboxed piece. So again, you get the cradle, you get the 2 interchangeable trays for standard and extended battery. You get a power pack. Again, this is not the power pack that they give you. Somehow I messed this up, but it's just a standard power pack. Yeah, pretend. There we go. It comes with a standard power pack that you just plug on the wall and you're all set. As I said, you could plug it in. You could get a little bit more. If you wanted to make it really, truly multimedia-ish, you could plug it into your USB, so at least in that way you could, it would be hooked into your network and your system, and you could play off your files and so on and so forth. So that is the multimedia stand unboxed.